Hi everybody, Blayne coming again for Northeastern Ontario. Okay, so today I wasn't planning on doing another video this winter. I just post every now and again. Um, Crappy winter, mostly ice, not a lot of snow. But anyway, speaking of snow, I got this report from Central Ontario last month. I've been waiting to get some pictures, um, but it'll just be pictures of a hydro cut, kind of like behind me, and I'll turn the camera around in a bit. Um, so what happened was second last week of February or mid-February. Um, a couple on a sled, um, the guy driving, the girlfriend riding shotgun, passing through a hydro cut low area, um, and off the trail, I guess where used to be train tracks or something, but it's all like wetland and boulders and hills where the towers are, and really rough terrain. You don't sled in there, and I think it's too close to in development area, industrial area to be hunting. But anyway, really rugged. No one goes up there. It's nothing up there, just ponds and stuff. But what happened was they cutting across, and the girlfriend on the back was looking around, and she noticed through the bulrushes two really tall figures, 100 or so yards up the hydro cut, um, moving around. And she tapped the driver to stop, and where they stopped, they had to stand on the runners of the sled to observe these two big black figures. And the smallest one, was about 7 feet or so tall, and they could gauge by the 5 foot tall bulrushes. Um, that's how they could guess their height. The bigger one, maybe a male, female, bigger one was a lot bigger than that one, 3-4 feet taller than that one. But anyway, I can't really confirm the exact height. I'm waiting for pictures. I'll show those if I ever get them, but just to have a hydro cut if we get prints maybe. But yeah, so they observed these two big, tall, black individuals. I say black, they're all covered in black and their faces were black. And they were picking up something off the hydro cut, either sticks or I was thinking maybe deer droppings or something. Nice little tasty morsels to eat, lots of nutrients. Um, and here's the cool thing. While they had their backs to the sledders, picking up whatever it was, it's all ponds and stuff in there. It's really risky going in there because you don't know if you're stepping on thin ice, right? They all of a sudden stopped and turned and looked back. Without the sledders making a sound, the figures thought the sledder continued on past the hydro cut, but in this case they stopped. And they knew they were being watched. They turned around and stared at the skidooers, just watching them. Maybe they could hear them or something. I don't know. They had helmets on, but maybe they had mics on. I don't know. But so then they realized they were being observed, and they both tried to hide behind this big boulder or whatever. And they were much too big to hide behind the boulders. Their head and shoulders were sticking out. And the witnesses observed that their faces were black too. And there was no markings on them like wearing a skidoo suit. There's no reflective gear or anything like that. And again, they're much too big to be sledders. So after they were being observed for a few minutes and hiding behind the boulders, they realized that they were caught in the act, I guess. So they just got up and wandered further up the hydro cut and stopping every now and again to pick up whatever it was. And they just wandered out of view sight and maybe into the tree line. So that's Central Ontario, second week of February. But if I get more confirmation on when and where, then I'll pass it along. But pretty awesome sighting. A couple of probably Sasquatch moseying along, and they get observed for a couple minutes while they're doing their gathering of whatever, maybe branches for a nest or a shelter, or just picking up deer droppings, like I said. So, and then I'll show you right here. I'll show you right here. I'll turn this. And you see the sled. This is the same hydro cut. The sled trail's going across. There's no way you'd go up there. You'd wreck your sled. But on the flats or on where there used to be train tracks, the sledders use them. And yeah, so like maybe this isn't the exact scene set up, but maybe the second tower up, if the angle was right, like way up in that kind of distance. They watched two black figures picking up stuff, and then they tried to hide, and then they wandered into the bush. Pretty awesome. Alright, so speaking of hydro cuts, I got a picture of these guys. They're not too far from a hydro cut. There's also a quad trail running through there, across it, like in the report. I doubled back on these guys, and there's a gray one, a little bit smaller than me, and that black one, getting a little fuzzy there with the crops, is about my size. And if you want to check that out, the video's called Valley of the Sasquatch. Anyway, I don't think I'll get pictures from the hydro cut. The snow is gone, but you never know. Thanks for watching.